All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and as part of the Rankin Technical College EWD 1000 Web Development Technologies course, I've been creating a series of video presentations that are based on the Mozilla Developer Network's Learn Web Development series. We're in server-side website programming, Express Web Framework, Node.js-JavaScript, and we're in part 6 of our library tutorial, working with forms. Now, this part has actually 7 other parts. The last part is the challenge yourself, but we've done the first 2. So we've created a genre and we've created an author. So now it's time to come in and create a book. So as mentioned, this subarticle shows how to define a page or form to create book objects. It's more complicated, and remember why? Because part of a book object is an author object, okay? And another part of a book object is a genre object. So we want to open up our book controller, and as we have been doing, add this at the top. All right, and we want to come down and we want to find our, I would think next will be our book create, followed by our book post. Find the exported book create and replace it with the following code. And next we're going to do the book post. It says this uses the async model described earlier to get all author and genre objects. They are then passed to the book form pug as variables named author and genres. All right. Then find the post and put in this. Okay. So the structure and behavior is very similar to what we've been doing as for creating the genre and the author objects. First, we validate and sanitize. If it's invalid, we're going to redisplay the form along with a list of error messages. If it's valid, we're going to save it and basically redirect us to the book detail page. The main difference it says here with respect to the other ones is how we sanitize the genre information. The book returns an array of genre items. In order to validate, we must first convert the request to an array. Which is required for the next step. We then use a wildcard in the sanitizer to validate each group of entries. So I think what they're saying is we want to make sure that what we put in there is a valid genre. The final difference with respect to the other form handling code, as it says, is that we need to pass in all existing genres and authors to the form. In order to mark the genres that we checked, were checked by the user, we iterate through all the genres and add a checked equals true parameter. All right. Then we want to come in and in our views folder, create a book form pug, and we want to put in all of that information. So there's our empty file. There's our information. And as it says, the view structure and behavior is almost the same as the genre form pug template. The main differences are in how we implement the author and the genre. Again, because we are putting objects inside of our object. The set of genres are displayed as checkboxes using the check value in order to set the controller to determine whether or not the box should be selected. The set of authors are displayed as a single selection alphabetically ordered drop-down list. If the user has previously selected a book author, the author will be reselected when the form is displayed. Here we determine what author to select by comparing the ID of the current author option with the value previously entered, all right, by the or passed into the book variable. So what does it look like? Well, we should be able to now come in and do this. And we should have the drop-down list of authors, all right, and we should have these in here, okay? And that'll be it for this section, but let's come back in here. Let's refresh, and now let's create a new book. Now, what's interesting too about this, let's just put down, I'm going to say it's from by me, and I'm going to have it, call it the story of the Rankin Technical College AWD program. And the author, like I said, will be me. Summary: this book chronicles the Rankin Technical College application and website development AWD program. All right, and we'll say, well, it's not really any of these. We'll say it's sports. How's that? And we'll submit it. Oh, we need an ISBN. All righty. Will it take that? All right, so we've added that book. So now when we look at all books and we go over in our book list, I'm looking right here to see if it's been added. There it is. All right. And when we look under authors and you look under me, I now have information. Okay, great. All right. So we have now gone through and in here created the genre, created the author, and created the book form. So when we come back, we will create the book instance form. All right, and I'll be back with that shortly.